What if the money you've saved for retirement doesn't last as long as you do? For many retirees, that's a real concern, especially with rising prices, market ups and downs, and longer life expectancies. Figuring out how much you can safely withdraw without running out is a serious challenge. That's why it's more important than ever to have a solid plan in place for 2025. In this video, we're going to break down the traditional 4% rule, look at why it might not be enough today, and explore smarter, more flexible strategies to help your savings go the distance. Ready to secure your financial future? Let's get started. Understanding the 4% rule, the traditional approach to withdrawals. The 4% rule has long been a popular strategy for retirees looking to make their savings last. It was developed in the 1990s by financial planner William Bengen, who crunched decades of market data to figure out a safe withdrawal rate for retirees. His findings suggested that if retirees withdrew 4% of their retirement savings in the first year and adjusted that amount for inflation each year after, their savings would likely last for 30 years or more. This became known as the 4% rule, and it has guided retirement planning for years. Here's how it works. Say you've saved up $1 million for retirement. Using the 4% rule, you would withdraw $40,000 in your first year of retirement. Each following year, you'd adjust that amount slightly to account for inflation, ensuring your buying power stays the same. The beauty of this strategy is its simplicity and historical success, especially during periods of market growth. But while it's worked for many retirees in the past, there are growing concerns that the 4% rule may not hold up in today's world. With longer life expectancies, volatile markets, and inflationary pressures, retirees in 2025 face different challenges than those in previous decades. Some experts argue that a fixed withdrawal rate might drain your savings too quickly or leave you short in later years. This raises the question, is the 4% rule still a reliable strategy? The 2025 reality, why the 4% rule might be outdated. The 4% rule has served many retirees well in the past, but 2025 brings a unique set of challenges that could make it less reliable. One major factor is inflation. Prices for everyday goods and services have been rising faster than in previous decades, and the cost of living isn't showing signs of slowing down. If inflation continues to outpace expectations, withdrawing a fixed 4% each year could lead to reduced buying power. Retirees might find that the income they thought would sustain them no longer stretches as far, making it harder to cover basic needs and unexpected expenses. Fluctuating interest rates are another concern. In past decades, retirees could rely on bonds and other safer investments to provide stable returns. However, today's low-interest environment makes it more difficult to earn a decent return on those conservative investments. This means retirees might have to withdraw more from their savings to compensate, increasing the risk of depleting their nest egg too soon. Market unpredictability also adds to the complexity. Stock markets have become increasingly volatile, with sharp swings that can erode the value of retirement portfolios. Relying on a fixed withdrawal rate like 4% doesn't take into account market downturns that could significantly reduce savings, especially in the early years of retirement. Adding to this, people are living longer, meaning their retirement savings need to last further into the future. The 4% rule was based on a 30-year retirement horizon, but what if you live well beyond that? Coupled with the rising costs of healthcare and evolving retiree needs, sticking rigidly to the 4% rule might leave retirees vulnerable to running out of money. Given these shifting conditions, it's clear that the old rule may no longer be enough. Fortunately, there are alternative strategies that could help retirees navigate these modern challenges more effectively. Alternative withdrawal strategies for today's retirees. As the 4% rule faces increasing scrutiny, retirees are exploring alternative withdrawal strategies that offer more flexibility in today's unpredictable economic climate. One of these alternatives is the 3% rule. It works similarly to the 4% rule, but with a lower initial withdrawal rate. For example, if you have $1 million saved, instead of withdrawing $40,000 in the first year, you would withdraw $30,000. This more conservative approach is designed to help your savings last longer, especially in periods of high inflation or market volatility. The upside: you're less likely to run out of money. The downside? You'll have to live on less each year, which could be a challenge if your expenses increase over time. Another option is dynamic withdrawal strategies, which adjust how much you withdraw based on market performance. One popular method is to take a percentage of your portfolio's value each year, rather than sticking to a fixed dollar amount. For example, instead of withdrawing $40,000 every year, you might withdraw 4% of whatever your portfolio is worth at that moment. If your portfolio grows, you can withdraw more. If it shrinks, you withdraw less. This method allows for flexibility and helps preserve your savings during market downturns. However, it can also lead to unpredictability in how much income you'll have each year, which might be a drawback for retirees who prefer more stability. For those with a lower risk tolerance, there's the bucket strategy. This method divides your savings into different buckets based on when you'll need the money. For instance, one bucket might hold cash and short-term bonds for your immediate needs, while another holds stocks and long-term investments for the future. As each bucket empties, you refill it by selling investments from the next bucket. This approach helps manage risk by keeping your short-term needs insulated from market swings, though it requires careful planning and regular adjustments. Each of these alternatives offers its own balance of risk and reward. While the 3% rule leans towards caution, dynamic strategies offer the potential for higher income, but with greater variability. And the bucket method requires more hands-on management, but can provide peace of mind in turbulent times. All these strategies share one thing in common: the need to account for inflation, which plays a critical role in determining how much you can safely withdraw. Inflation-proofing your retirement. Adjusting for rising costs. Inflation is one of the biggest challenges retirees face when planning withdrawals. As prices rise over time, the money you've saved doesn't go as far as it once did, which can make it harder to maintain the lifestyle you've planned for. This is why adjusting your withdrawal strategy to account for inflation is crucial to preserving your purchasing power throughout retirement. One approach is to slightly reduce your withdrawals during periods of high inflation, which helps protect your savings from depleting too quickly. You can also build in an inflation buffer by investing in assets that tend to perform well when prices rise. Treasury inflation-protected securities, TIPS, are one such option, as their value increases with inflation, helping to safeguard your portfolio. Real estate is another potential hedge, as property values and rental income often rise in step with inflation. Some retirees also consider maintaining a diversified portfolio that includes a mix of stocks, bonds, and other inflation-resistant assets. While stocks can be volatile, they historically tend to outpace inflation over the long term, offering growth potential that can help offset rising costs. Bonds, on the other hand, provide stability, though you'll need to be selective in a low-interest environment. Planning for inflation means staying flexible. You might choose to adjust your withdrawal rate yearly based on the latest inflation data to ensure your income keeps pace with rising prices. This way, you can enjoy more spending power in the early years of retirement while ensuring your nest egg lasts. Tailoring withdrawal. Strategies for different portfolio sizes. Retirees with different portfolio sizes will need to approach their withdrawal strategies with varying levels of caution and complexity. Let's start with a retiree who has a $500,000 portfolio. With a smaller nest egg, it's crucial to be more conservative. If you withdraw 4% in the first year, that's just $20,000, which might not cover all expenses. In this case, adjusting lifestyle expectations becomes important. Downsizing your home, cutting back on travel, or considering part-time work to supplement your income could make your savings last longer. You might also want to lower your withdrawal rate to around 3%, which offers more longevity for your savings. Now, for someone with a $1 million portfolio, the situation offers a bit more flexibility. With 4% withdrawals, you'd have $40,000 in your first year. This might be enough to cover most needs, but staying mindful of market fluctuations and inflation is key. A dynamic withdrawal strategy might work well here, allowing you to adjust your withdrawals based on how your portfolio is performing. In good years, you can take out more. In rough years, you scale back. This helps ensure you don't run out of money too soon. For wealthier retirees with $2 million or more complex strategies come into play. With 4%, you'd have $80,000 to live on annually, which offers a comfortable cushion. However, to ensure your wealth lasts well beyond 30 years, you could consider the bucket strategy. By separating your savings into short-term and long-term buckets, you can protect your immediate needs while giving the rest of your portfolio time to grow. Another option is purchasing an annuity to guarantee a steady income for life, which can reduce the risk of outliving your savings. No matter the portfolio size, flexibility is key. Life is unpredictable, and being willing to adjust your withdrawal rate over time is crucial for long-term financial security. Adjusting your withdrawal rate. Over time, flexibility is key. Adjusting withdrawal rates based on market performance and personal circumstances is critical for retirees who want their savings to last. Markets can be unpredictable, and sticking rigidly to a fixed withdrawal rate can lead to problems, especially during downturns. For instance, if you're withdrawing 4% every year and the market drops significantly in the first few years of retirement, your portfolio might shrink faster than expected. Cutting back on withdrawals during bad years can prevent you from locking in losses and depleting your savings too quickly. On the flip side, when the market performs well, there's room to take out a little more. In a year when your portfolio has grown beyond expectations, increasing your withdrawals slightly can give you more spending power without putting your long-term financial health at risk. The key is to find a balance, being cautious in tough years while enjoying the fruits of growth in good years. It's also essential to regularly review your plan. Life circumstances change, and so do market conditions. Maybe your living expenses rise, or perhaps your health situation changes, requiring you to reassess how much you need to withdraw. By revisiting your strategy annually, you can adjust for inflation, tweak your spending needs, and respond to changes in the market, ensuring your plan stays on track. For example, a retiree with a $1 million portfolio might plan to withdraw $40,000 a year. If the market experiences a downturn early on, reducing withdrawals to $30,000 or finding other income sources can help preserve the portfolio's value. When the market rebounds, they can return to their original plan or even allow for a small increase in withdrawals. This flexibility not only helps manage market risks, but also ensures that retirees are less likely to outlive their savings. Planning for longevity. Strategies to avoid running out of money. With people living longer than ever before, one of the biggest concerns retirees face is outliving their savings. Increased life expectancy means retirement could last 30 years or more, and without careful planning, it's easy to underestimate how much you'll need. Fortunately, there are strategies to help ensure you don't run out of money, even if you live longer than expected. One option is purchasing an annuity, which provides a guaranteed income for life. Annuities act as a financial safety net, giving you peace of mind knowing that, no matter how long you live, you'll continue receiving regular payments. However, annuities do require giving up some control of your savings, so it's important to weigh the pros and cons carefully. Another tool is longevity insurance, also known as a deferred income annuity. This product begins paying out later in life, typically around age 80 or 85. It's designed to protect you from running out of money in the final years of retirement, when your savings might be running thin. By setting aside a portion of your portfolio for this purpose, you create a backup plan for the future. Delaying Social Security is another smart move for those concerned about longevity. By waiting until age 70 to start receiving benefits, you can increase your monthly payments significantly. This can provide a larger, more reliable income stream in your later years, which helps reduce the need to withdraw large amounts from your savings. Incorporating these strategies into your financial plan can help ensure a steady income throughout your retirement. Start by assessing your life expectancy, considering your family's health history, and thinking about how long your savings might realistically last. Then, explore options like annuities, longevity insurance, or delaying Social Security to strengthen your financial safety net. Tax considerations for retirement withdrawals. When withdrawing from tax-advantaged accounts like IRAs and 401ks, retirees need to be mindful of the tax implications. Traditional IRAs and 401ks are funded with pre-tax dollars, meaning withdrawals in retirement are taxed as ordinary income. This can create a significant tax burden, especially if you're withdrawing large sums. To minimize taxes, one option is to consider a Roth conversion. Converting a portion of your traditional IRA or 401k into a Roth IRA means paying taxes upfront, but future withdrawals are tax-free. This can be particularly beneficial if you expect to be in a higher tax bracket later in retirement. Timing is key, so it's important to do this in years when your income is lower to avoid a hefty tax bill. Another strategy is to plan your withdrawals carefully. For example, withdrawing from taxable accounts first can allow tax-deferred accounts to keep growing. Or, you can make small withdrawals over time to stay in a lower tax bracket. Understanding these tax strategies can help you stretch your retirement savings further. Now, let's pull together everything we've covered and outline how to create a sustainable withdrawal plan that balances income, longevity, and market conditions. Building a sustainable withdrawal strategy in 2025, putting it all together. In this video, we've explored the different strategies retirees can use to create a sustainable withdrawal plan for 2025. We started with the 4% rule, which has been a popular guideline for years, but discussed how inflation, market volatility, and longer life expectancies are making it less reliable today. We then introduced alternatives like the 3% rule, dynamic withdrawals, and bucket strategies, all designed to offer more flexibility based on your portfolio and risk tolerance. Adjusting withdrawals based on market performance and personal circumstances, such as cutting back in tough years or increasing withdrawals in good ones, can make a significant difference in preserving your savings. Planning for inflation and longevity is key. Consider options like annuities or delaying Social Security to ensure your income lasts. And don't forget the tax implications of withdrawing from retirement accounts, where strategies like Roth conversions and careful withdrawal timing can help reduce your tax burden. Developing a sustainable withdrawal strategy requires flexibility, regular reviews, and careful planning. To get started, consider using retirement calculators or consulting a financial advisor to create a plan tailored to your needs. This will give you the confidence to enjoy your retirement years without worrying about running out of money. Take control of your retirement in 2025. Taking control of your retirement starts with a thoughtful withdrawal strategy. By staying informed, being flexible, and planning for the long term, you can navigate the challenges of inflation, market changes, and longevity with confidence. Remember, it's not just about following a rule, it's about adapting your plan to suit your unique needs and goals. With the right strategy in place, you can enjoy a financially secure and fulfilling retirement. So, take the time to plan wisely, adjust when necessary, and look forward to the future with confidence. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more retirement advice and tips to keep your financial future on track.